Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are back with a brand new edition of Cosmic's Tarot Deep Dive. Yeah, this time we're working with the Queen of Wands. Yeah, in my opinion, it's the flame that knows the self. You know, it's that one that says, hey, I know everything. If this is a very deep card, if you look right away, you'll see there's so much to the card. The black cat, the stability, the pyramids, the flower. We're going to get into every little bit of this. If you haven't been with me before, please hit that thumbs up, like the channel, share the channel. Let's go into this hidden frequency energy that's hiding within this queen. That is the same wand, the Ace of Wand, that has made its way to the Queen's hand. The Divine Wand. How about that? Isn't that interesting, right? It's a spark of creation. And it's made its way all the way here. And when we look at this card, when I look at the card, and depending on how it plays out upside down, inside out, and whenever I'm flipping the cards, the card could come in a lot of different ways in my tarot deck. But in Zodiac, it's that Capricorn energy. It's the it has a lot of Leo energy, has Aries energy, because we have the cat, we have the wand energy, we have a lot of different energy coming in here, showing like, hey, there's a lot that could come in this. But when I read this, I read into this card, I look at this, it's showing that this is the Zodiac encircling all of that wisdom, all of the depth that comes in, that feminine, right? Because when I read this card, you'll hear me talk about Queen of Wands, Empress energy, but it's secretly, it could be Leo energy, because you have the cat here, right? It has the fire energy. So we have a little bit of that Leo, but we could have Capricorn. We have the stability, right? We have that solid base. But the black cat at the feet is a familiar scene in an unseen world. Like, it's something we're seeing, like in it's pure visibility with no disguises, right? Like, if you ever met a cat, right? They're not pretending. Cats don't pretend. They like you or they don't like you. And when we look at that energy, the cat's eyes are mirrors of the queen's, the duality. It's instinct versus intention. When we see the two of them in the petals of the sunflower, they're not the core. It's that we're turning that light outward. We're growing. We're building. And when we look at this energy, it's the black of the cat will absorb that light. Negative light too, but the three pyramids are just saying, hey, we mirrored that energy, or we're starting to master even that energy. But that triad of pyramids is that body, mind, spirit, and it's us getting into that. We know past lives exist. We can't necessarily figure it all out, but we're there trying to understand it as we sit on the throne. The lions heads are guarding this confidence, are sitting there at the left and the right of her, even at the top of her. There's fire in here, but you can't have fire without that compassion, because what happens is it can become corrupt. She's a controller of that. So that's why I say it's Empress energy, right? It's the one who divinely controls. But she's a wild card of the queens, because it's Venus energy. It's Mars meeting Aphrodite. It's love weaponized as warmth. Beautiful, beautiful energy, isn't it? She doesn't need that water. We're still looking at these cards as we move through these wands energy, right? We haven't seen water in a while. It's a lot of desert, a lot of flame. But the crown of flames represents that mental sovereignty, that idea that the ideas will light up worlds, change worlds. She rules through visibility. There's nothing hiding here. That's why I said, if you look at the card itself, there's a lot of depth in her card itself. Even her yellow robe is showing that happiness. We've gotten into a lot of that already, but her staff is budding the leaves just as the original Ace of Wands was. As the Knight of Wands and the Page and the 10 had all of those wands budding. It all is there. It's the ability to keep growing. And so in her left hand, she's holding that flower, magnetizing, just sitting, magnetizing and growing. And then in the right hand, she has that wand, actively willing growth through the wand. This is her gaze is looking to the left. And you'll see whenever I mention this, I'll say, hey, looking towards the future, the desert, the horizon. She's not limited by that future. She's holding that that moment of the creation. Past the sunflower, she's looking towards the light, not because it commands her to look. It gives her a presence, a direction, Where is she looking towards? The future. And when she does that, that's her secret to manifestation. She's not doing it by force. She knows where she's heading to better frequency, right? To match her frequency, the one she wants. The Queen of Wands is teaching us through her existence, the true influence is not by control, it's by the cohesiveness of living in that frequency. And her pure energy, her fire, and she wants people to feel who she is. Very sexy, is it not, right? Versus, say, the black cat, it's not just a companion, it's her shadow side. It's the, oh, there's more here, isn't there? There's more hiding here. And when that cat will stare at you or she will stare through you, it's the unseen force of what she's not talking about, the dual gaze, the foundation of her power, as the cat sits in front of that. The embodiment of the Queen of Wands is to integrate the shadow side, not to erase it, but to integrate all of those life lessons that make you happy or make the whole process happy. That's why we have that yellow robe saying happiness is the embodiment of what you want, embodiment of love. Astrologically, like I said, this is Aries with a hint of Pisces. It has a lot of different wild card energies depending on what we're looking at. But mostly I would call this Aries energy with that Queen of Wands, Aries, Empress, Emperor energy, depending on where we're at. But it could come in with the Capricorn, with the stability. There's a lot of things. Follow your intuition when you pull this card, to be honest with you, on it truthfully. Because you have to look closely at her, the throne, and all the details that come in. The lions that provide that strength energy. Even the salamanders biting their own tails, right? The infinite loop. But it's that being able to survive fire and flame. You don't mess with that queen. She's not fearing an ending. She's going to recycle through them. Very, very powerful. But in the presence of this, it's her failure becomes her fuel. And her doubt becomes her drive. You can't stop someone that's like that. That's how she becomes Empress. She becomes the Queen of Queens. The queens come to her for advice. And so once she realizes she's the alchemist of self, and this could be you even, it's that fire that never extinguishes. It's the moment of realizing that nothing can stop her flame. Even rain can't stop her. You can't rain down on her. And whenever this card appears, it's saying, stand tall in that light, stand tall, the world will adjust to you, Empress energy. So that's why I'll say, I'll be very profound with that, very pronounced with it, because even in reverse, it's remembering you to just remember the boundaries you set. It warns of burnout, yeah, we get that, because that brings the same wand energy, the Knight of Wands, we understand. But it's giving you a moment to say, your flame is your flame. You can put smoke and say up and say pause. You know, it's you. You don't lose your power. You never forget you've had it. Your task is to reclaim your throne, not by effort, by remembering that you've already had it. So when you're standing there right before the king, right before you hand this wand off to the king, or get into that King of Wands energy, which is coming up next, it is that moment to realize the flame is teaching you that you were meant to burn. And burn with warmth. Your intellect, your intuition, even your emotions are teaching you for reasons that are beyond our understanding, or right now our understanding. The yellow, the colors, the solar plexus, all of the chakras, the confidence that comes in with this card tell us you're still grounded. Your feet are still grounded on this power base. That's truth. It's grounded fire. It's leadership through example. You didn't get here by, hey, we're picking somebody. You had to go through, fire and trials and tribulations. The pyramid's geometry is encoded with stability, saying you've done this. 4 sides, 3 angles, they're meeting at one point. It's your manifestation formula. It's you saying you've done this. You've gone through this. You've figured it out. So when you draw the Queen of Wands, remember that it's your own light source. You are the creator. You are the creator of this process. Every sunflower, every moment of creation, it's your warmth. It's not wildfire. It's the presence of your light that creates this. Be present in the world when you transform it. Notice the world's not being conquered. It's being transformed by your energy. Don't chase it. Create with it. Realize you are the sun. And I'll see you on the very next one. As always, thank you. I'll see you.